Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Into this first piece from the Daily Hodl about Uber. And it just makes me wonder, like, as time passes, like, are we going to look at this and be like, yeah, duh? Because, again, like, there are so many problems with the adoption of Bitcoin and certain other cryptocurrencies as a means of payment. In fact, I will argue that XRP is the best cryptocurrency on the planet specifically for payments. No one cryptocurrency does everything. There will not be one coin to rule them all, but I'll tell you, XRP, when it was created, it was just designed to be a better version of Bitcoin, and even David Schwartz has publicly stated, David Schwartz, of course, being Ripple CTO, co-creator of the XRP ledger, he has publicly stated that even though they didn't know exactly what XRP might be used for if adopted, they had this loose idea that it would be really good for payments because it's blazing fast and transactions are roughly free even at scale. But anyway, into this piece. The head of the world's leading rideshare company says it's likely they'll accept cryptocurrency as payments down the road. In a new Bloomberg interview, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi nailed it, tells host Emily Chang that two big factors are preventing him from approving digital assets to cover the cost of fares and food delivery. And here's a quote from Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi. Nailed it! Again. And here's the quote. It definitely could happen. We're having conversations all the time. I think right now, what we see with Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos, they are quite valuable as a store of value, but the exchange mechanism is expensive. It's not great for the environment. End quote. So think about this, folks. XRP, incredible for the environment. It's actually been declared carbon neutral. And technically, yes, there's a tiny bit of energy, but it's so close to zero that it's been declared carbon neutral. As far as the fees required to transact XRP, fractions of a penny. The cost is non-existent. There are no scaling issues. On-chain XRP can handle, as I'm sure you know at this point, 1,500 transactions per second, and it's basically infinitely scalable because through payment channels you can effectively batch payments so that a bunch of different payments can count as one payment, and you can basically infinitely scale. It's a non-issue. So here's the thing. The technology already exists. Uber's just not adopting it, and so I don't know if they understand this. I don't know. But this is what they're saying is the problem, and what they're describing they want is XRP. You know? Not that I'd expect them, mind you, not that I'd expect them to adopt it when the SEC's making the claims that they're making, but once that's all cleared up, why the hell wouldn't they if they mean what they're saying here? Piece continues. The CEO also says that cheaper and greener crypto transactions could drive Uber to closely consider digital assets for payments. What do you know? Again, this is exactly what XRP is. So here's the quote from the CEO. As the exchange mechanism becomes less expensive, becomes more environmentally friendly, I think you will see Uber lean into crypto a little bit more. We're absolutely watching it. Is Uber going to accept cryptocurrency in the future? Absolutely. at some point. And so they're already saying that the clunky old, legacy cryptos, if you will, like Bitcoin, not really working so well. It's also not green, not going to do it because that would destroy their image, because that's very important, given the politics of the day. Whatever you think of that, doesn't matter. The politics of the day say it matters. That indicates it matters. And so corporates are not just going to ignore that. So is XRP going to be used, or is it not going to be used? And it's not even just the green stuff. It's that it's functionally useless as money as things stand today. Maybe Lightning Network somehow fixes this in the future. It's not looking so hot at this point in 2022, but maybe that gets worked out, and if so, fine, great. I'm just telling you from my perch here in February of 2022, I don't know if that's going to happen. But that article also cited that Expedia was the first major company to adopt Bitcoin as a means for payment. So here's an article released, this is actually Expedia's website, June 11th, 2014. Expedia.com now accepts Bitcoin to give travelers more choice and flexibility in hotel payments. Well, that was pretty cool. Now, of course, almost nobody was using it, so this was Expedia being forward thinking, I think it's fair to say. But then you fast forward just 4 years and you get this headline from Yahoo. Expedia stops accepting Bitcoin, driving users to alternative travel sites. So yes, the few people that were using Bitcoin at the time anyway, that was a turnoff for them, understandably so. Bitcoin is their god, basically. There's a lot of ideology and tribalism, so of course I can understand how they're a little bit butthurt from that. Why did Expedia stop, though? Well, we don't know for sure. There was an article written by Forbes, which I don't have pulled up for the sake of this video, but it was written almost a whole year later, maybe 9 months later, something like that. And they were just speculating about it, and it's a lot of the reasons that you might guess. And so we don't know how many people were actually paying for things with Bitcoin. Maybe the maintenance to make sure the technology on their end, the implementation work, maybe that wasn't enough if there wasn't enough usage. I don't know for sure. But what about how much it costs, which is a turnoff that will prevent people using it as money? And what about how long a transaction takes? Couldn't that be a turnoff? Like, a Bitcoin is self-defeating in terms of the idea of it being used for payments. Now, it doesn't mean I hate Bitcoin. I'm pro-Bitcoin. I'm long Bitcoin. I've held Bitcoin since November 2017. I'm not hating on it. I'm just acknowledging reality. That's it. That's absolutely it. I'm just being intellectually honest, which you don't really get from Bitcoin maximalists out there. So again, fast forward enough, won't be surprised to see XRP adopted by Uber and all sorts of other platforms because it's blazing fast and the adoption is increasing. And again, it's designed specifically for payments. Now, I wanted to briefly touch on this article from You Today. Ripple becomes member of Digital Euro Association. The Digital Euro Association, or DEA for short, a Frankfurt-based think tank focused on various forms of digital money such as central bank digital currencies, private cryptos, and stablecoins, has added Ripple to the list of its supporting partners. The blockchain decacorn will assist in its work on a central bank digital currency pilot. And so I don't have a ton to say about this. I just thought it was worth mentioning because, as I've been sharing on the channel, because Ripple made it public over a year ago. When did they first? Was it about? Let me be honest. Sometimes even the years are blurring together. It was 2021 when Ripple announced their private ledger, right? That like a private version of the XRP ledger designed for central banks. That was in March of last year, right? It wasn't 2020, right? It wasn't actually 2 years ago. Sometimes, like, I sort of got everything's blurred together so much. I'm like, was that 1 year ago or was it 2 years ago? I think it was 1 year ago. I don't know. Everything's a blur at this point. But But they put out their plan. They made it public knowledge that they understand that this is going to be a multi-chain world, a multi-coin world, like all sorts of central bank digital currencies, everything increasingly being tokenized, and all of these are not interoperable by nature. Right? There aren't going to be markets magically made for every single trading pair that there could possibly be on the planet. Even if you could magically form those, it doesn't mean that those corridors would be sufficiently liquid. But if you can have a jurisdictionless asset that doesn't have counterparty risk, that is widely adopted, which is happening with XRP, well, bam, you've got yourself a solution right there. Right? Because it's perfectly positioned to be a bridge. And so I just wanted to point out this is the direction that Ripple is going. Now they're a new member within this group, and it's all part of the master plan to make sure that as you continue to see central bank digital currencies pop up the world over, that XRP will be the currency that's bridging all of them because they don't interoperate. Something's got to do it. You've got to make markets. What do you think that's going to look like? I've got an idea. Then there was this from the Daily Huddle. XRP rival scores new partnerships as U.S. crypto exchange adopts its stablecoin on-ramp. Crypto exchange OKCoin now supports the Stellar USD coin, USDC, on-ramp after inking a partnership deal with Stellar Development Foundation, the non-profit organization behind Stellar, XLM. So that's the ticker symbol, XLM. The SDF, Stellar Development Foundation, says that USDC on Stellar enables fast and cheap cross-border financial transactions on the decentralized network focused on cross-currency payments. Now, folks, a couple of things here. I'm tired of XLM being listed as a direct competitor to XRP. It's no more a competitor than Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, or just pick your cryptocurrency, right? They're being positioned, because to be clear, they're decentralized cryptocurrencies. They can be used for whatever you want effectively. And I understand that they have different technical attributes, so some would be better suited for smart contracts or for payments. But what I'm saying is, as long as there aren't technical limitations, the developers can build whatever the hell they want on top of the blockchains. That's the idea that I'm getting at here. There's nothing inherent about XLM and XRP that make them competitors. There just isn't. So I'm just tired of seeing this in 2022. These crypto media outlets should get this through their skulls. That doesn't make sense to compare them like that. I also did want to point out that you're talking about further adoption of USDC. USDT obviously keeps getting printed insanely. It's like money printer go burr, that whole meme happening with Tether, not just the United States dollar. That's for damn sure. But again, like I was saying just a minute or two ago, whether it's a stable coin or a central bank digital currency, whatever it is, markets don't magically exist for pairs of all of these new things that are tokenized. And again, there's counterparty risk with a lot of this stuff, with many of these tokens that are being created. So again, if you have XRP as a decentralized cryptocurrency, it just isn't backed by anything, it just has its own open market price, just like gold isn't backed by anything, it just has its own open market price. Nobody controls that. No single, not a central authority anyway.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.